Hello there guys, and welcome to some more Volters. We're continuing from where we left off last time, with the Cravers being under siege. I think we settled for a truce with the Sophons and the Bodiani, which should give us a couple of turns of respite in that sense. So we will have enough time to clear the Cravers. Now, I'm not particularly sure. I haven't decided yet if I'm just going to go with the science victory. It might be a bit too easy, since we're pretty damn close to getting the last one, I think. Or the second to last, and afterwards, if we just leave the alliance, we'll essentially have won. But, or we will have won, rather. This isn't a very industry influence intensive planet, so I don't know about making the Oregon History Center here. I could go with Body Language Institute, but we'll go with a bit of dust. So yeah, I'm thinking right now, I think we're gonna go for the home. Or at least we're going to attempt to capture the home worlds of the Sophons, the Cravers, which we intend on eliminating anyway, and the Vadiani. I've already done the science victory in the past, and feels a bit cheap, to be completely honest, if we would do this now. We're also sieging Lyra, and I think we had ships on our way to Neos to siege them as well. Will we be able to beat these guys? I mean, by all means we should, but they're not here yet. Alright. So with that being done, are we lacking any production? Yeah, no. I should actually look at the planets in terms of influence. So yeah, it's Grafias that's essentially the strongest. And where I'll actually want to do the Oregon History Center. Although to be completely fair, the influence is complete overkill at the moment. Let's check our diplomatic options with the Walters.
Have you come to mock our church?
We're just, yeah, kinda. I did come to mock your church.
Your presence is agreeable to the unfallen, and the heart welcomes you.
Yeah, we could completely do some diplomatic options with the Unfallen, but I don't want to pressure them into doing anything right now. Yeah, I think we did well, she's happy with me all of a sudden. I think we did do that. Where was that? Oh yeah, Tylus. Tylus is apparently important for them. I mean, it is on their border. And it is linking to Columba, but so is Turkana. I think we're gonna clear them successively. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was this planet, or there should be. Unless they changed something about it. I was pretty convinced I had... Yeah, there we go. So yeah, by all means, this is actually working. I think these are Cravers on the car, right? Yeah, it would make sense. So the Cravers on the car, they're actually in limbo. More or less. This would actually be interesting. Let's, I should send some more pops over to Brasia. Where to? I think the safest route would be... I mean, will it, actually, this will involve Jaya. I don't think I have a safe route, per se. I'm gonna send them from Giovanna's. I think I'm just gonna send some vaulters because we're not that tight on anything at the moment. Yeah, let's send a couple of okay, fair enough. And was there stuff that needed doing? I think I should also completely colonize these other planets. Dust ruins. I'm gonna start with the bigger one. Actually, no. I'm gonna buy out the small one. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Our exploration ships don't really have much to do. And really, I mean, the galaxy's pretty much ours. Well, galaxy. This bit of it. This slice. Jovanus. Jovanus. Obelisks of all space-time. I think you need to actually build more of these. Construct all the other buildings of this type to secure a wonder victory. Really like these neat little effects they've added with the space stations around the planets. Though I did give them little attention. And I think the little lights are supposed to be, transports. And I think the further you have it colonized, we'll check. This would take 10 turns. I mean, might as well. I think the more populated it is, the more lights you have, or no? Doesn't seem to be that way. Oh well. Oh, we actually got Lyra. Damn. Turns out that was a good idea. The problem is all of these peeps are actually Cravers by the looks of it. And yeah, actually these are all depleted worlds. So damn. Everything here is actually depleted. This system is pretty bad to have. I'm going to try to evacuate it first thing I can. And just go ahead and hope that the Cravers won't extend too much into my territory. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna build a portal, but that's pretty much about it. One more turn for it to get there. Since we got this, do I actually want to attack Tarkana? I don't know. No, not really. Maybe I should. I still have some things headed towards Lyra, I think. That one's moving away. Our planet destroyer needs some 4 more turns. Actually going to move this one. Won't be too long. Yeah, if we check the Wonder Victory screen, right? We need 6 required obelisks of all space-time. I think they're identical buildings. They do give they do require a ton of resources, and they do give bonuses. It's 6 where usually I think it would be 4. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the supremacy was it. Victory is technically the closest, bar the science victory. Oh well. Let's do science. We could totally take Cygnus. But do I want to? I mean, not really. I have 5 dudes and they're probably all Cravers, come to think of it. My approval also kind of went down to 87, was it? I think so. Which isn't necessarily ideal. I'm just going to stay in orbit and bomb them, and hope the allies will decide to come and take the bloody thing, because I won't. Don't really care for having Cravers in my colony. Thank you, in my whatnots. Thank you very much. Okay, I think Dorado is done. I could build the obelisks here as well. I mean, why not? See. They're starting to actually expand into my, Damn. Well. Limbo it is. Yeah, we're starting to have stupid Cravers depleting our planets. We don't really want overexploitation, really. They assimilated this. Well, that's good. Build a portal and we'll be chums. Yeah. I know, I'll just turn all of that into science and leave it there. They do seem to have kind of cleared out. So, might actually be a good idea. Although I do have 2 fleets here. Yeah, the other peeps managed to actually make it. Yeah, but again, I'm not entirely sure I want to conquer it. That's the problem with the Cravers. You get them and then they eat all your planets and they win. Well, technically. And it's gonna take a while to actually siege these things. Oh well, we'll see. Could build another planet cracker, but I don't think I'm so inclined. I think I should just maybe go for the home planets. And then essentially see if they don't want a truce. If we want to be sneaky about getting the supremacy victory. Or we could, yeah. Yeah, for someone who started this thinking they'll probably die halfway, I'm talking an awful lot about which victory to choose, because, oh boy, don't we have a lot of choices. It's a bit silly, isn't it? But silliness is the spice of life, or so I think. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't mind me. Don't even know if I have a strategic depot there. Oh well. Virgo. Using a lot of adamantium. Well, I mean, it would be pretty neat if you would actually attack here to get it. So that should leave me alone with it, or about it, on it, off it, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that doesn't do anything to the AI. That's just for signaling between actual players. I mean, the text itself, the ping should actually make them more likely to go there. So the question is, do I still maintain the siege here? I think not. Let's go. Low Ibony is probably going to be quite nasty too. That's the problem. I mean, I simply don't want a ton of Cravers. So we're going to do this folly, because it is folly. We're just leaving a system. We're going into their home system, right? But the problem is they probably have production facilities in these too. I mean, they have a decent amount of pops, so they could potentially just have ships there really fast. Our allies didn't bother to, you know, make a goddamn portal, so so much for that. But yeah. And again, I think there might be a limit to how many obelisks you can make, because the point of an alliance is for everybody to contribute, right? I mean, ideally. And yeah, the AI, well, they don't really care for that stuff. They just want to do their thing, right? Never seen them actually research you know, the late game tech that's actually required. So yeah, and we'll wait a bit longer here. Cool, we got the power of the endless now. Mysteries of power politics, game theory, strategy, and growth no longer exist at this level of knowledge, and empires are transparent and pliable. The future is clearly predictable. Influence and the projection of an empire's will are increasingly only questions of what one wants to do, because if and how are no longer concerns. So this gives us approval and FIDC, where people are ecstatic, which should boost our production quite a bit. Because we should have enough planets where people are ecstatic. We could even check. Let us check. Oh boy, would you look at this? Everyone is ecstatic, except for these bastards, which we've just conquered, and their stupid Cravers, on a planet we don't really want. I wonder if the evacuation actually sends the pops somewhere in your, somewhere else in your empire. That wouldn't be, I mean, that would actually kind of be worse. I'm pretty sure that would be worse though. Could I stop their migration? I know you can do that in Stellaris, a game I'm awfully bad at. Oh well, didn't really get the chance to play a ton of it, would be the more accurate thing to say. Let's go for the quest, I think. Move everyone up. Have some infinite supermarkets. Let's just buy this out. Because we are sitting on a giant pile of dust, essentially. So why not? 17 turns. I don't see a reason not to. Auriga to 0. That's a medium planet. We're not doing that then. Well, dudes here are also pretty goddamn ecstatic. I'm gonna go with the Budokai bunkers because we're in deep danger of being sieged by tortoises. I reckon those are the only potentially dangerous. We could go for the expanded mines and the miners union for that late game stuff. Opbot is better at opbotting, as it were. Some more manpower for us. Now the fairing is actually moving over. One more turn until we'll be able to blow up a planet. So we have Dackle and research. We pretty much have the all of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, they're all done. Let's go for some defensive layers on ships. I think I'm pretty fine with my battle tactics. They've proven good. Up until now, let's build a portal because we need to have portals absolutely everywhere. We don't necessarily have luxury deposits here. It's interesting that when you reduce the anomalies, they either gain new bonuses, right? Like this gives me +2 science per pop, while the irradiated is just cancelled out. Again, the geothermic activity gives me +1 per pop. I hope I didn't reduce positive ones though. Don't think so. Don't think that was the case. Said he, relatively unsure. The question is, do we move these guys? So they'll need 3 more turns, while this will need 1. So they're not going at the same pace. Which doesn't really change that much. Still need to wait. Which is the bigger one? Huge gas cold. Yeah. Well, that's the Cravers going poof, and I think we blew up our 4th planet, if I'm not entirely mistaken. They want a truce. Or we might have done that prior to this, or it might be the next one, I don't know. Well, one of our fleets has made it over to Columba. They do have Gossamer. Not gonna attack just yet. Gonna wait for the other fleet as well. Oh my, that's quite a couple of planets that don't have anything to build. Yeah, Budokai. Big data, exotic rations, get all of this because we're kind of low on the resources for anything super fancy. Colonial rights, we don't really need that. Just like we don't need the approval. We don't really need anything, to be completely honest. I know. Have some of that extra much needed approval, I guess. We could go Budokai Big Data and Pulvis Production. And the Lost Dudes system is our legendary system of legend, which legends quite a lot on a regular basis. I'm really not sure what the Estasvor is doing here, but we'll have to do something about it, I guess. So do these dudes ever intend on actually conquering Cygnus? Or I think they're just being sneaky, and they actually had me take it because they don't actually want it, because they're trees, peace-loving trees, and they don't want Cravers to eat them, I guess, while being part of their empire or something. Containing that thing, stores in toroidal shells allows the material to be projected with much greater control, enhancing its defensive capabilities. Oh boy, population decreasing on Lyra, Cravers. That's good. Managing a population of Cravers is no easy feat. Craver bishops, the mentally advanced leaders of Craver society, orchestrate their hive mates through feeding, hatching, and the rearing of young. Careful balance must always be kept so that the swarm does not grow out of control. Tell me about it. Around this time every year, adolescent Cravers go through a mutation determining their future roles in Craver society. One of your Craver bishops has just presented you with a host of newly mutated soldier class drones. Perhaps you could put the eager youngsters to use somewhere. New Craver recruits are eager for action. Build attack ships to make sure that these idle hands have something to do. Construct 2 attacker ships in the Lyra system with at least 65 offensive military power. Well, this is a new quest for me, so let's go attacker. Yeah, I think it'll have to be the carve, which is kind of good because they won't cost a whole lot. So that's also pretty neat. Yeah, we're completely sieging them. There's another planet here, which will require 4 more turns, and it's 1 more turn for this one. Production-wise, we are fine. Well, except for here, where I'm just going to convert everything to science, essentially. Maybe build the smart tax collection here, and actually go for the level 4. Yeah, that's a potentially good thing to do. Lores to yell. Oh boy. Let's go with big data shipyards, although I'm never going to actually build ships there. Yeah, actually, autonomous administration is pretty required. Lieber proposed a truce. No. Experiments in combining organic matter with threads of forage, chalcics, and horticultural research stations has unlocked an incredibly resilient form of the metal. Interleaved to that thing, which can enhance hull integrity considerably. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we built that thing. I'm not sure I want a cooperative protocol with you. Let's actually have a look at it.
Presence is agreeable to the
Both you and the other empire will gain an incremental boost depending on each other's main population. The longer the cooperative protocol lasts, the better the boost. I actually think. Yeah, it takes 150 influence per turn. And it gives approval on systems. I don't really need the approval. Maybe they need it, but I don't. Yeah, let's go with that. So that was essentially the quest. They wanted me to build 2 ships. There's no deep way of making the Cravers be friendly and stop eating your planet, I guess. No changing that. Oh, that does make sense. I mean, that's how they're built, right? We're gonna skip that, although it's kind of blasphemous to do so. So yeah, that's the thing. I reckon jazz is important, but I'm not really gonna bother with it. Oh, they did get it. Wow. Well, that's actually pretty neat. I didn't even see the vine ship takeover. That's pretty cool. Can I know if they're Cravers? Probably not, but they probably are. So we can now actually move the ship, where to? We could return to Turkana and start sieging it. These will get destroyed eventually, or help with Jaya, but they're doing quite fine. As I mean, we could move these guys over there. So I think I should actually station you somewhere near those borders. Do I want to use lanes or do I want to go through space? I think I'm gonna move you over to Yaz. Yeah. To be well within reach of their home system. We will go for that. To make things a teensy wee bit more interesting, perhaps. I don't think I want to spawn those ships in just now. This fleet on Lyra, we're gonna leave it here for the moment. Yeah, a lot of buildings to build. I mean, not a lot of buildings to build. Just gonna do up another one of these obelisks of all space-time so I don't get bothered with notifications until later, maybe. Let's go with the careful sweeping. There's stuff to build here as well, although they're getting pretty ahead in terms of resources anyway. And yeah, I think this is a pretty good spot to leave it at. We've moved over onto more Craver territory. These 2 systems will be essentially cleared of Cravers as we kill their civilians, and then we're going to try to go for the home systems of the Sophons and the Vodiani and hopefully get a supremacy victory. Might take a while longer, but that's it. We pretty much do have things under complete control, I'd say, although the Vodiani have conquered Trappist. So there's that. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.